Traction is everything for a startup. It's the speed at which you accomplish your goals. The faster you go, the more everyone wants to join the ride. But when you're just starting, it may seem like you're trying to move an immovable object. All alone, no leverage, nobody wants to help you out. Luckily, we're living in the future. It's never been easier to bring your idea to life and get things moving. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get early traction for your tech startup, even if you're a non-technical solo founder or a techie with no business background. Also, I'm Bassel Fatin. I've been building products and startups for the last 18 years, and I'm currently the principal startup advocate at AWS for Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Now, do I recommend starting a startup solo? No, I do not. What I recommend is you graduate from one of the top universities in the world, so you're part of that strong alumni network, and you have a team of co-founders, each with a complementary skill in building, marketing, and selling the product, and you've already been building a personal brand for many years, and you have a list of investors who are willing to write you a check just because of who you are and where you graduated. And while we're at it, I might as well recommend that you get good genes from your parents and try to win the lottery at least once every 5 years. And honestly, if that's you, then I'm happy for you, but I kind of resent you at the same time. But that's not the situation most of us find ourselves in. What I'm saying is we work with what we have, so let's get to work. Traction is fueled by different metrics at different stages. In the early stages, validation is your traction fuel. Validation gives you speed and momentum to be able to overcome challenges and reach milestones without falling into the void. If you don't have momentum, you fall into the void. Pro tip, avoid the void. Validation comes in two flavors, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative means what is the data telling us and what is the unbiased verdict, and qualitative is when we talk to the users to understand the stories and insight behind the data. The best case is to have both. Now here's the 4-step validation playbook. Number 1, we're going to validate that there's a problem in the market. Number 2, we're going to validate that there's demand for our solution. Number 3, we're going to validate the user experience of the core feature of our solution. And number 4, we're going to validate the technical feasibility of the core feature of our solution. If you follow this playbook, you're not only validating your solution, but you're also building your initial user base and kickstarting your go-to-market strategy, putting you miles ahead of someone with just a good idea. Now, you may be tempted to skip that first step of talking to users because you just know that the world needs the solution. If that's the case, then I apologize, but here's some judgmental side-eye for you. As amazing as you are, you're still a sample size of 1. First, define your target customer. Second, figure out how you're going to reach them. If you spam them, they will ghost you. If you use ChatGPT to write a message to spam them, they will hate you, then ghost you. But if you reach out authentically, especially through a mutual connection, you have the highest probability to get some of their time. Go into the interviews with a plan. Don't just wing it. I recommend the MOM test as the book to read to prepare for user research interviews, but here are the top 2 takeaways from the book. Don't talk about your startup idea. Remove any bias and any politeness from their side so that they can be free and describe how they feel about the problems that they're facing. Generally, talk less and listen more. Give them the space to talk and describe the problems that they're facing so you can figure out the best solution to provide. Now, there's no golden rule for the metrics that you need to pass this stage, but I always look for problem frequency and intensity because there's 2 kinds of solutions. There's the critical and urgent painkiller, and then there's the vitamin. The critical urgent painkiller addresses a critical need, and a vitamin is nice to have. Try not to be the vitamin. Now it's time to move on to the prototype to get that quantitative data. In order to do that, we're going to build, test, and learn with the simplest prototype we can build, which is the landing page prototype. With no code and $0. Where we're going, we don't need roads.